Hi there, my name's Samantha, and I'm going to be discussing with you the analysis and the usefulness of the end-of-life theory. So the usefulness of this theory can be measured by 5 main factors. Those are clarity, simplicity, generality, accessibility, and importance. So we'll be going through all 5 of those factors and kind of discussing how the end-of-life theory, how those ideas pertain to the end-of-life theory. So the first one is being clarity. There are things about the theory that are very clear. For instance, we know exactly, I guess, what the patient population is. It is definitely people at the end of life, right? They're experiencing that human experience every single time, and their families. And the setting is also highly specific. It was originally intended for patients in the acute care setting specifically. There are other concepts in the theory that are extremely clear, such as, I guess, more concrete concepts like pain management. That's a very black and white thing, just super clear. But there are other aspects, some abstract concepts. I'm sorry. There are some abstract concepts that are addressed within this theory that are not so clear, and things like, dignity at the end of life or feeling respected at the end of life are more kind of gray areas, because that's going to look really different for each individual person. So there is clarity in some aspects, but then in other aspects it is less clear. And then speaking about simplicity, again, because of those abstract concepts, this theory is actually considered one of the higher level middle range theories, just because of the complexity of the subject matter and how much abstraction can be involved in that, because it's so individualized based on each patient. Generality, we are again dealing with a very highly specific patient population. So again, that's patients at the end of life as well as their families in the acute care setting specifically. Additionally, one thing that is, kind of making this theory a little bit less general is that it was developed by people that came from the Norwegian culture. And so, as we all know, different cultures value different things, and especially in something as important and poignant as the end of life, there could be cultural differences. So I'm not to say that it hasn't been adopted by other cultures. In fact, it's important to note that nurses from other cultures have utilized, knowledge derived from the end of life theory, but we do have to keep in mind that all of these ideas came from that very specific Norwegian lens. And so that makes it a little bit less general. Also accessibility. So the theory is easily testable because of the sound logic that it was used, sound logic that was used in the development of the theory. So because it's very sound, it is easy to replicate, it is easy to test. So there is a high level of accessibility there. And then finally, importance. So I guess there's so many ways to measure the importance of something. I personally would say, just taking a look at something as important as the end of life in general makes it important, right? That's one of the most important times in life, some people would say, right? But it also addressed 2 major things, 2 major outcomes. So firstly, it addressed the need for a theory to guide practice and nursing care in the patient experiencing end of life. So basically stating that we need to have standards for this human experience, and that's very important. And also it does provide an excellent opportunity for further research and development, again, because it's so accessible, because it used such sound logic in its development. So I think it's a really important theory. I loved reading about it, and I hope you did too.